can't lie, my feet feel definitely not left anything behind. Tons better. I'm gonna say it. I didn't really want to say it, but I'm gonna say it. I started this trip, what did I say, 21 kilos in weight. Maybe that's the problem. Yeah, maybe my upper body's comfortable with it, but am I underestimating the effect it's having on these little feet? Are they getting exhausted quicker because of that excess weight? And there's only one way to find out: streamline it. I told you before, I knew there were things that I could get rid of. I'm waiting for a turning. Check it's not this one. I knew there was things I could get rid of. The trainers I didn't use, and I realised they're only really for if I'm in a hotel and I need to go down to the bar area. Showing up in flip-flops does not go down well. Yeah, my turning's here. So they could have gone. The chair didn't necessarily need the chair. Different bits and pieces. So, and a bigger, smaller pack, because the Kelty, much as I love it, is 2.5 kilos just by itself, and the X-Ped less than half, or about 1/2 kilo. I've got tough decisions to make, but first I want to get home. But I do feel better. Fresh socks, painkillers. Right, so if you're on this trail, this is whatever it is, Whitmore Local Nature Reserve, going to the plaque. Just be aware, there's the turn off, you can miss it and carry on. So, right, let's do it. We're at the parting of ways. The Staffordshire Way and the Gritstone. Staffordshire carries on that way, I guess. Yeah. We're going that way, through ominous tunnels. So now we're going down Congleton Edge. Should be. So, rain's coming again. Past Nick at Phil. Now heading towards. I'm not even prepared for these videos after that. Oh. So we're in Willox Wood. We're going to carry on to Cheshire's course, pick up the road, and that road is to Mowcop and the home stretch. Oh baby! I thought the woods back there were kind of peaceful enough for me to do some business, if you catch my drift. So I've seen nobody on this trail. You know, I can sneak some activities in here. And as soon as I thought it, 2 hikers came around the corner. Typical. And thus comes some dangerous road walking, which is part of the trail. What a lovely day. Sure, it's a beautiful view. Boosh. Lovely. Wish you were here. Ironically, blue skies that way. Not here though. We got sideways rain. We got rain coming up from the ground. So, that rain, man. We're on the road, well, footpath that runs alongside the road, because some bright spark realised having all the hikers walking up the main road, not a good idea. So we're approaching the old man of Mowcop. There's that blue sky, look at him laughing at us over there. So obviously I put my waterproof on because that was stupid rain, and didn't bother with the pants or the rucksack cover, could not be bothered. I'm wet now, I'm just wet. get over it. Nice. Heading towards that, but we're not going to see any of that. We're going to go around it. I can't remember. Oh man. Oh, not only has the trail been full of ups and downs, but my morale has been full of ups and downs. When I changed socks and took them pills, I got a boost. Felt like I could run the rest. And then the rain came in. Boosh! Smack dabbed me. What the smack dab? He RKO'd me out of nowhere. Oh, look at that. See that white thing on there, Jodrell Bank. The big satellite dish. Where's my familiar sights, guys? Where's Evesham, Blackpool, Yorkshire Three Peaks, Preston? Oh man, I want to go home. Marty's not sugarcoating this. The pilgrim hiker, aka Martin, the pilgrim hiker is a broken man. I remember Tim once saying to me, we were on a yomp, and the yomp was a Rotary Club event. They don't run it anymore for hikers. I think they realised what the problem was. I lose track of how many miles and how many peaks are involved. It's now been turned into a 45-day trail called the Yomp. But that's not what it was, so it's part of it. And it took in the Malastang Horseshoe and all this. And I thought it'd be a good idea to put the team on it, and we did. And well, it's up there with Hadrian's Wall one of the worst days of my life. We were just at the top of this hill looking down, and we said to the guy who was marshalling the event, there were hundreds of people, how far have we got left to go? And he said, well, do you see all them peaks over there? We're like, yeah, you've got to get over all of them. And at the bottom in the valley were some buses. And we're like, if we can get on them buses, we're going home. And we didn't, we finished. And that, to me, is not what hiking's about. You know, oh well, at least you finished, what an achievement. That was not an achievement at all. It was a exercise in stupidity. Should have done my homework. I'm not saying that's where we're at now. Don't even know what I'm saying. Oh yeah, it reminded me what Tim said. He said when he saw the buses, he's like, if we can get on them buses, we're going home. And he still says to this day, he'd have got on that bus. But yeah, I'm not the kind of guy who looks at these things and goes, well, that was a learning curve. Now, that was just the Yomp I'm talking about. So now, as you can tell, I'm nowhere near in those kind of low spirits. I'm just physically tired, and this rain really angers me. So we've come up with two solutions, haven't we? Number one, we need to look at elevation versus mileage on the trail. We need to look at, it might be 18 miles, which is achievable. There is a video of me doing a 32-mile challenge, but that was in the flat. So if a trail's relatively flat and there isn't that much climbing to be done, then yeah, you can up the mileage. But I'm thinking now, if there's so much elevation, I mean, like I said, if you split it in half, it's still 900 metres of elevation per day. You've got to be aware that you're going to slow down. You're not going to be going as fast, you're going to be under a lot of pressure, and it's going to be painful. So that's number one, is look at mileage versus height. So I would have done this in 3 days from now on, if I ever do it again. And second of all, I'm going to have to admit, pride goeth before the fall, and a haughty spirit before destruction. That fella clinging on the back needs to lighten up. He needs to lighten up. That could have been a vast amount of the problem. So I'm positive. And I'm being positive, I'm taking a minute's rest, and I know I've got 5 miles left. Whew. I'm going to have a big burger on the way home. But I'm going to turn you around. Have a look at the rain. I hope you can see it. I'm going to zoom you in if I need to. There's a line where you can see the rain falling over that part of town. Nowhere else. Blue sky near Jodrell Bank. But just there you can see that area just being covered by rain. That's cool. And that is why, my friends, I never regret these hikes. You know, post Yomp. the yomp was really a stupid thing. But I never regret these hikes because there's so much you can get out of it, and I know that when I get home and I'm recovered, I'm going to be wanting to get back out again and do it all over again, because that's what an adventure is. Adventures are struggling through adversity, and it's coming back at the end of it, having that pint, having that meal, and then talking about it later to your friends, or if you've been on a group hike, sharing those experiences. So no regrets, but we will regret the yomp. If I've got any pictures of the yomp, you will be seeing them very shortly. Angry sky. So I just got a message on YouTube about the boots. I'm going to send him to watch this video eventually, but give you an update. So these are the 4s, Questo 4s. You can see how damp they've got. Hope you can get that. So you can see how damp they've got. We've been doing some trudging through some wet grass, etc, etc, rain. Now the other Solomons, the black ones, I'd be drenched now, and I've said this before in the review. Well, these bad boys have done really well, but the top, when I took my socks off before, the top of the sock, where those little panels are of Gore-Tex, they were damp. They weren't soaked, the water had come through. So I do think, I don't speak for Solomon, but I do think if really drenched, that water's coming through. But at the moment, I'm really impressed because it's not that bad at all. They're doing really well. So that's what I'm going to say about that. If you're the guy I've just spoken to, I really don't want to look at that. Never seem to be getting any nearer. There's the old fella. That is quite a lump. Now that is bang out of order. The path doesn't take you up there, but there's a trig point peeking out. How annoying. But I have not got the energy or the drive to go up and get it. So if you're out here next time, see if you can grab that trig point, eh? So I can say that now Mao Cop is behind us. It is downhill all the way. I'm going to go down towards Kids Grove, and then we're going to pick up the canal, and it's the canal literally to the train station. You can see flatland ahead. What an epic journey so far, just for a 2-dayer. Epic. So I reckon I'm going to be at the train station about 6:30. I'm just going to focus my mind and just plod. I'm not there yet. I'm not there in the sense of it's not round the corner. got a long way to go just yet. So I'll get to this point and think we're finished. Long way down, but I'm glad that's the elevation done with. Whoa. Here we go. It's quite handy. Couple of minutes, then the big push. As much as I love a good canal slog, it's very gloomy and it's getting late. People walking the dogs. What smell? But yeah, come on. Now remember, I've got to go through a lock and then there'll be a sign for Kids Grove Station, but we're a long way off that yet. Just got to keep going, keep going, keep going. It's not over. It's at this point when you keep checking the map, see how far you've got. Terrible thing to do. Just got to keep going, one foot in front of the other. Drop to being quiet now. Not seen anyone walking a dog. Everyone's at home, tucked up, having a tea. I keep seeing them. They're on most of the posts. Don't know what that's about. Different colours. A canal over a canal. Done. Done. Well, it's done, and it's 6:15. Made it in good time, but rail problems. I can get to Stockport and then it's rail replacement all the way to Disley, which means I'm going to be well late. Well, not late, but it's going to take a while to get home. Ah well, it is what it is. Oh my word, it is train ticket 8 o'clock. Now it's a bit dark, is that a bit better? 8 o'clock Wednesday evening. There's an episode of Rick and Morty where I think it starts with them two going, oh, we'll just do a quick in and out mission, and then it's something like so many hours or days later and they just get in the space mobile and start screaming.
This was insane! That was pure luck! I was not in control of that situation at all!
That's how I feel right now. I just want to scream. So tired. That was a grueler. It makes the Pendle Way and the Rossendale Way look like picnics. Come on people, what did I do wrong? What did I do wrong this time? I'm very grateful that the people helped at the railway station, because there was some stupid rail replacement that then became a train to Buxton. Everything got complicated. Helpful staff. Credit to Stockport's railway services. Though it was quite funny that some poor woman, a veteran hiker, she was well in her 80s, and she got off the train on platform 1 with a sister, a Zimmer frame, for example, and a luggage, and she wanted to get in the lift, and the lift was broke, so there's no way of her getting off the platform. So one of the women in charge suggested she gets back on the train, gets the train to Crewe to come back on a different platform. She was having none of it, obviously. But she looked at my pack, asked how heavy it was. But I think she was asking what the size of it was, and we were a bit confused. But she'd done the Pennine Way, and she'd done all these different walks abroad. So what a nice way to bring it to a close. So I got a chance to just sit and reflect, and then I just listened to Lord of the Rings. So I've got an hour's drive. I don't mind that. That's no problem. My car's here. Praise the Lord. Praise God. And it's done. The Gritstone Trail. Again, 35 plus miles. I'm actually going to go and work out those miles maybe tomorrow. I want to know exactly how many miles we did. But I'm goosed. And I hate Instagram for polishing and cleaning up stories like, oh, yeah, I had a really good time on this walk. Which I did, but I'm not going to lie, and I'm going to be brutally honest, that was difficult, man. I was ready for breaking. I think a couple of times I actually broke. So, lots of ums. So, on reflection, we're gonna have to go back to the lab. We're gonna have to go and do some thinking. We're gonna have to do some changes. I think we're definitely going to drop the weight on the kit and really think about, when I do the maps, looking at the topography as well, looking at ups and downs, how much I can't even remember the words now, how much ascent and descent we'll be doing. So yeah, but I'm not going to say it was a bad trip. It was a really good trip. Thoroughly glad I did it. What an epic adventure for 2 days. I came back feeling like, wow, why has the world not changed? I've been away for so long. I've been away for 24 hours. Sort of. 48. So, right. Anyway, I'm going home. I'm going to feed my fat face, put some fuel, good nutritious food back in the tank, and I will see you most definitely next time back on the trail.